We're here today to talk about your vehicle's cooling system. All modern vehicles have liquid-cooled engines. They use coolant to remove heat from the engine.
The heated coolant is pumped to the radiator, where the heat is removed from the coolant by air that circulates through the radiator. With much of its heat removed, the coolant is circulated back to the engine and the cycle is repeated.
While this process seems pretty simple, it relies on several components that must do their jobs efficiently and at the right time. And whether it's summer or winter, your vehicle's cooling system must operate efficiently at all times, or severe engine damage is likely. To better understand your cooling system, let's look at the major components.
The thermostat is generally located on the top front of the engine at the end of the upper radiator hose inside a housing. The thermostat's job is to release coolant to the radiator when it reaches its set temperature, usually about 190 degrees. A common cooling system problem is a stuck thermostat. If a thermostat sticks in the closed position, overheating will result. Often, a car with a stuck thermostat can only be driven a few miles before it overheats. It's important to get a thermostat problem fixed immediately. You can usually replace a failed thermostat at home in less than an hour. Drain the coolant below the level of the thermostat, unbolt and remove the housing, then pull the thermostat out. Clean the gasket surfaces, then install the new thermostat and gasket. Make sure the spring end goes into or toward the engine. The water pump, which is operated by an engine-driven belt, keeps coolant flowing to and from the radiator. A failed water pump will also cause overheating, either from reduced cooling efficiency or coolant loss. Replacing the water pump at home is relatively easy. Although some components will need to be moved out of the way, the main parts of the job are unbolting the pump, cleaning the gasket surface, installing the new pump and tightening the bolts to specification. On gaskets that use sealant, be sure to apply the correct sealant type. The radiator's job is to efficiently transfer heat to the air, so anything obstructing airflow or coolant flow through the radiator can lead to overheating. You can replace your radiator very easily in an hour or two using simple hand tools. Be careful not to bump or damage the radiator tubes, which could cause leaks. While you wouldn't normally think of coolant as a component, it is a vitally essential part of your cooling system. Check your coolant level regularly and change it every 3 years or 30,000 miles, more often if recommended by the manufacturer. Worn-out coolant can accelerate corrosion. The components of your cooling system work together to keep your engine safe from overheating. Like a weak link of a chain, the failure of any one of the components can lead to overheating and expensive engine damage.